Good afternoon, traders. This is Tony D from easyMarkets with an important update today. We have significant news happening since the last 24 hours of our last update. We have a new pound story coming through. Now, the pound has been on the ropes for the last couple of weeks, one of the more heavily beaten down pairs out there, and this is on the back of no more Bank of England rate hikes, and also a bit more concerns about Brexit and some of the issues in those regards. Now, the Brexit question, in particular the customs union, have been a big question that traders have been looking for a solution for before committing to the pound recovery trade in general. And it looks like overnight there was a story out from the UK that that May has come to an agreement with her members of a cabinet to go forward with an extended commitment to the European Customs Union past 2021. And that's a very pro Brexit view, a very soft Brexit view that would lead, to a lot more integration between the EU and Britain on the financial side of things. So this is a short-term very positive if it comes out that this is actually the truth of the case. We're going to be waiting for the European start and the morning in London to see if there's any confirmation or denial from the British government in regards to what was reported on by the UK Telegraph overnight. But what you'd be looking at here is, if it is true, then the range that has been building for the last 2 weeks between 134.50 and 136 could definitely be broken. And if it is to the top side, then that opens up a move towards 137.40. And if it's denied and the market wants to press down to the downside, then you got that move towards that 133. But in the meantime, in the short term anyway, the pound's on the very front foot, as it hasn't been denied just yet, and looks like it. The market's taking that as very positive. Also, you're seeing some nice bullish reaction, nice bullish price action on the euro after making fresh lows overnight. It did recover off a big level there, down at 117.60. And it's sitting here at 118.20. Now, the reason for the recovery was there was some concern in the past few weeks that Italy was going to have a new government led by radicals, and they were going to demand debt forgiveness from the EU of 250 billion, but that wasn't in their new government charter, and it wasn't really part of their plan to begin with. So so far we haven't had any issues in that regards, and that's a big relief for the eurozone in the short term. And unless it rears its head again, then there's some ways to look at the recent price action in the euro is a little overdone. The Italian fears disappear, then perhaps the eurozone isn't that bad after all in the short term. So looking for recoveries in both the euro and the pound based upon those two good news stories is definitely achievable, and something that can happen from these levels. You have to keep an eye on them in the European session, see if the Europeans want to play the same as the US did last night. The Aussie dollar is doing really well as well. So the Aussie dollar was looking pretty sick yesterday with the US dollar being so strong, but some decent unemployment numbers today, and nice reversal overnight, as well as the euro and the pound, has led the Aussie dollar sitting at week highs here above 75. Well, not week highs, sorry. We were high on Monday, but multi-day highs here since Tuesday at least, up at 75.30. Was as high as 75.45 earlier, and if we are to break higher above that 75.60 in the European session, that does open up a bigger rally to the bigger resistance as well. So there is bigger resistance up towards 76.40, and that could come into play if we get a rally on the Aussie dollar along with the pound and the euro at the same time. In terms of the oil and gold, oil is continuing to grind higher. It's still super strong, and is now sitting in striking distance of 72. At some point it is going to probably run out of steam, in terms of it can't just go one way forever, and profit taking will come in. But in the short term, the Iran and Turkey tensions and Israeli-Syrian tensions are definitely helping oil to be very well supported, and that is a story which hasn't really gone away yet, and in fact things are getting more tense over there. So the oil has got a good sentiment backdrop, that's for sure, to begin with here, and that's where it's until something changes in that regard, it's going to be very hard to see substantial weakness. Alright guys, tomorrow we'll have another update about the same time. Give us a call on the numbers below if you want to have a chat about a particular pair, some of the crosses that are in play as well. If you're not a member of the Easy Markets dealing room, there's also a link to sign up and get a dealer assigned to you, like myself, to assist.